Rick and Morty Season 8 finally dropped, and after the first crazy episode, I had to cover it. Anyway, Rick puts Morty and Summer into a matrix because they used his phone charger and didn't give it back. I loved how Rick said he isn't petty, which I know made you guys cackle. While Rick is snoozing, Morty and Summer are stuck inside the matrix with no way out. Summer has to figure out a way, becoming a tech billionaire and creating a device that overrides the matrix, their ticket out. Meanwhile, Morty goes through many phases, eventually growing older and picking up skills. He eventually meets a friend named CJ, who gets him enlisted into the military, and now they're fighting terrorists in a war. Summer meets with Morty, and she sends the clearance to launch the device on the day her mom has bedtime wine to prevent Rick from mind-blowing them. They eventually get out of the matrix with Summer's device, which basically eliminates the need for chargers. Summer tries to go back to school but is immediately picked on and doesn't really seem to fit in anymore. This is understandable, as they were stuck in the matrix for what felt like 17 years in the real world. Now, she's the one giving advice to her mom about taking control of her own life. Meanwhile, we have Morty mind-blowing Rick, literally. Rick instantly notices Morty touching his death race car and gets angry, asking, "What are you doing?" Morty replies, "I was fixing one of the loose struts," and Rick realizes the struts were actually loose. He then throws a beer at Morty, which breaks, triggering Morty's memories of his time in the Matrix and the war. Eventually, we see Beth not liking the current Summer anymore, and trying to mind-blow her. Summer runs off to a place for women who feel lost in their lives. Meanwhile, we have an insane Morty putting Rick in the Matrix, turning the tables. But for Rick, getting put in the Matrix is just a walk in the park. Morty steals Rick's death race car and tries to destroy a nuclear energy power plant. He's eventually stopped by Summer, who tells him how she literally had Morty bugged during their time in the Matrix. During the war, Morty realized he was unable to die, eventually losing his best friends in the process and eliminating a terrorist threat named Osama bin Chargan to get lithium for their way out of the Matrix. This clearly makes many references to the US versus Iraq war. She tries to reassure him that their time there wasn't really real, and the only people they have is themselves now. The episode eventually comes to an end where they beat up a guy who made them think they were still part of the Matrix. He says, "This is why you shouldn't steal your grandpa's inventions." They agree to get mind blown afterwards and return to their normal lives as teenagers.